In Level 2 of Grammar, we will discuss some more advanced verb topics. Please leave room for these advanced notes later by skipping a full page between Lessons 6 and 7 now. Hello and welcome to another grammar lesson. Today is Grammar Lesson 7. We'll be talking about adverbs. So let's begin like we always do by the pre-notes, heading our paper the right way. The top of the page, put the date, the month, the day, and the year. On that same line, put the word grammar and lesson number 7. I'm going to skip a line underneath that. We'll put the topic for today, adverbs. And in parentheses there, put ADV period, which will be our abbreviation from here on out for adverbs, followed by a colon. We'll add in a definition here in just a minute. Underneath the word adverbs, take a look at the page here, try to match the formatting the best you can. 3 words across there. Verb and underlined, adjective and underlined, and adverb and underlined. Then we're going to leave the next 3 lines, 1, 2, 3 lines blank, and on the 4th line down, write down this sentence. The only difference between adjectives and adverbs is what they modify. Beneath that sentence, I want you to skip a line, and over toward the left-hand side, put the abbreviation for a noun, which is N period, and just beneath that, the abbreviation for pronoun, PRON period. Then over on the right-hand side, same line as the noun, put down the abbreviation for verb, which is V period. Just beneath that, the abbreviation for adjective, ADJ period. And finally, adverb, ADV period. Okay, once you have that down, we're going to move on here. So I'll move the page to the top. I'll leave my last notes at the top of the page. So after ADV for the adverb abbreviation, we're going to skip 2 lines. Then I want you to write down this example sentence. Sally crept very quietly down the stairs behind him. Sally crept very quietly down the stairs behind him. We're going to use this sentence today for an example, some practice. Sally crept very quietly down the stairs behind him. And we're going to do something different with the formatting. I'm going to move this sentence to the top of the page. So we need 2 lines underneath that sentence, and then over here on the left-hand side, I want you to write the same sentence, but I want you to write it vertically with every word off to the left-hand side of your margin. So once again, we're skipping 2 spaces, space here and a space here. We skip those 2 spaces, and then we write the same sentence again, except this time we write it vertically with the words on the left-hand side of the pink margin. Sally crept very quietly down the stairs behind him. Okay, so the notes today are very short. Matter of fact, about half our time will be spent doing some practice today. So let's head back up to the top and let's get started. Okay, so let's begin with our definition. Adverbs. An adverb is a word that modifies a verb an adjective or another adverb. So an adverb is a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. As usual, the best way to explain how this works is through some examples. So let me give you some example sentences here, one for each of the ways that an adverb can modify. So let's look first underneath verb. Please write this down. Tom sat quietly. Tom sat quietly. Underneath the adjective column, put Tom is very quiet. Tom is very quiet. And then under the third column, the adverb column, put down Tom is not very quiet. Okay, so what I want to do for each of these sentences right now is I want you to try to fill in as many parts of speech as you can. So I'm going to fill in as I go across. If you want to work ahead of me, that's fine. I'm going to give you all the dorky information too. So Tom is a noun. It's a proper noun. It's a concrete noun. It's a singular noun. Sat is a verb. It's an action verb. It's a past tense verb. Quietly is an adverb that is modifying sat. Tom is a noun, proper noun, concrete, and singular. Is a verb. It's a linking verb, and it is present tense. Very is an adverb modifying the adjective quiet. Quiet is a positive degree adjective. Over here we've got Tom as a noun again. Is a linking verb again. Not is an adverb. This time it's an adverb because it's modifying another adverb, which is very. And very is an adverb because it modifies the adjective quiet. So let's take a look at how this works. Tom sat quietly. Quietly is an adverb because it is modifying the verb sat. How did he sit? He sat quietly. Tom is very quiet. Very is an adverb because very is modifying the adjective quiet. Okay, we've set up here that adverbs can modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Finally, here we have not is an adverb because it's modifying an adverb. Very is an adverb because it's modifying an adjective. Okay, so let's move on down. I'll put the last note at the top of the page. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of artwork. What I'd like you to do is to draw a circle around these two guys. Wow, that's an awful circle. And draw a circle around these three guys. So, if this is planet, noun, and pronoun, the moon out here is an adjective. If you remember back from the adjectives lesson, I told you that nouns and pronouns can exist without adjectives, but adjectives cannot exist without a noun or a pronoun. Okay, just like a moon can exist without a moon cannot exist without a planet, and a planet can exist without a moon. So go ahead and draw that picture there. So the adjectives orbit around the nouns and the pronouns. Over here, this moon is an adverb, and it orbits around verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Okay, so without a verb, an adjective, or an adverb, there can be no other adverb. And without a noun or a pronoun, there can be no adjective. As you notice, the only difference between an adjective and an adverb is what they modify. Both of these parts of speech are modifiers. It just depends on what you are modifying, depends on which one you use. All right, let's put some of this to use. I'm going to put, I think we've got our pictures down. I'm going to go ahead and move this all the way up so that our last note is on the page and fully visible. Sally crept very quietly down the stairs behind him. Okay, I'm going to fill in a couple things we don't have yet according to our notes. Down is a preposition as well as behind. Prepositions show the relationship of two things in the sentence. Okay, so in this case, down is a preposition and behind is a preposition. Every other single word in this sentence, we should be able to either write down the part of speech based off of what we remember, or at the very least, be able to go back in our notes and fill in what part of speech each of these words actually is. So I'd like you to do that right now. You could stop the video, give people a chance to do this, or just continue on as I write on. Okay, so here we go. Sally is a noun. This is a proper noun. Okay, crept. This is a verb, an action verb. Very is an adverb modifying the adjective, or the other adverb, sorry. Very modifying the other adverb quietly. Quietly is modifying the verb crept. The is an adjective, nearly always and forever an adjective. It's also the definite article. Stairs is a noun. It's a plural noun, concrete. Him is a pronoun. That's the object, third person pronoun. Okay, so now what I'd like for you to attempt is we have these words written down the line here. We also know the parts of speech up here. So let's go ahead and copy those. Sally is a noun, crept is a verb, very is an adverb, quietly is an adverb, down is a preposition, the is an adjective, stairs is a noun, behind is a preposition, and him is a pronoun. Okay, I'll add in my periods here. All right, so now what I'd like you to do is, using your notes, go back to each of these pages. You have a nouns page, a verbs page, an adverb page, an adjective page, and I'd like you to write down all the dorky information that you can find on those pages. So I'll show you with prepositions. Since we don't have that in our notes yet, I know that down is a preposition, okay? And I know that it is showing direction. And I know that behind is a preposition, and I know that it shows location. Prepositions either show direction, location, or time. And so this one's showing direction, this one's showing location. So I'll do the first noun one with you, and then I'll give you time to do the rest. So Sally is a noun. Not only is Sally a noun, but this is a proper noun. This is a concrete noun. And singular. Okay, so there is dorky information in our notes about all of these parts of speech. See how much you can find right now. Okay, so you've had a chance to fill these in. I'm going to help you along now. So crept is a verb. This is a past tense verb. It is also irregular. Very is an adverb, and it modifies an adverb. Quietly is an adverb, and it modifies an adjective. The is an adjective. It's an article. And it's the definite article. Stairs is a noun. This is concrete, common, and ooh, that's tricky. Is stairs singular or plural? plural. We said a set of stairs. Now we'd have a singular one. Set would be a collective noun. Behind, that's a preposition. We've already filled that out. Him is a pronoun. It's an object pronoun. And third person. I think I've covered them all here. Check those against your notes. Make sure you have it down. Doesn't matter the order, just so that you're able to identify all the dorky bits and pieces of these parts of speech. That's it for the notes today. Short lesson. See you at the next lesson.